This morning reminded me that calm doesn't come from effort, it comes from staying. I arrived before first light when the world still felt unfinished. The sky was quiet, the air was cold, and everything around me felt paused, as if it was waiting. There's something about that hour before the day officially begins, before expectations wake up, before the mind starts sorting and planning and evaluating. It feels like a thin, generous window where nothing is being asked of you yet. In that kind of quiet, you don't have to perform. You don't have to explain yourself. You don't have to prove that you belong. You're simply there. The hike itself was easy, nothing that required pushing or proving anything. Just steady steps, a gentle climb, and the sound of my breath in the dark. I noticed how different it felt to move through without any agenda. No pressure to optimize the route. No need to earn the experience by suffering first. No internal voice urging me to go faster or do more. When effort drops away like that, the body remembers what it already knows. It finds its own rhythm. The breath steadies. The mind quiets without being forced into silence. When I reached the fire tower, the wind was already really strong. Strong enough that I had to bundle up layer by layer, all four of them. Strong enough that standing still took intention. It wasn't the kind of cold that invited toughness or endurance. It wasn't something to conquer. It simply asked for honesty, for listening, for responding instead of resisting. So I stayed close to the tower, letting it shelter me. I walked slowly in a circle around it again and again. Not to get anywhere, but to stay warm, to stay present, and to look at all the spectacular views. That movement wasn't restless. It wasn't impatience disguised as action. It was responsive. A quiet conversation between my body and the conditions around me. And as I stayed, the light began to change. The horizon softened. Colors appeared quietly. Pink, violet, pale gold. Nothing rushed, just light arriving in its own time. I didn't need to chase it. I didn't need to reposition myself. I didn't need to capture it perfectly for it to be meaningful. What struck me was how little I needed to actually do. I didn't have to chase the moment. I didn't have to move to a better spot. I didn't have to improve anything. The calm wasn't something I created. It showed up because I stayed long enough to notice it. So often in life, we treat calm like a reward, something we earn after enough effort, after enough fixing, after enough pushing ourselves beyond what feels kind. We tell ourselves, we'll rest later, that ease will come once things are handled, that peace belongs to some future of us who has finally done enough. But standing there in the cold wind, I realized something different. Calm doesn't come from effort. It comes from staying with the discomfort instead of escaping it, staying with the moment instead of rushing past it, staying long enough for something inside to soften on its own. The wind didn't stop, the cold didn't disappear, but the relationship to them changed. And that made all the difference. There's something important about that. Sometimes the world doesn't need to change for us to feel steadier. Sometimes what shifts is how we're meeting it. On the way back, the trail told a quieter story. Poodle dog bush lined the path, a plant that shows up after fire, resilient and fast-growing, even poisonous to the touch. It wasn't pretty in the way we often want regrowth to be. It was complicated, a little uncomfortable, very real. And yet all around it was regrowth. New green pushing up from the soil, baby pine trees standing bright beside tall, healthy adults that had survived. Life continuing in layers. Not rushing to replace what was lost, not pretending the fire never happened, just steadily growing again, complex and alive in its own time. It felt like a reminder that healing doesn't arrive all at once. It doesn't erase what came before. It grows alongside it, slowly, imperfectly, honestly. There were fallen trees to climb over, to go around, to move under. It was slow, a little playful, and completely unhurried. I didn't need the fastest way back. I didn't need the cleanest path, just the one I was already on. And it felt like the perfect ending. Because calm isn't always found at the highest point. Sometimes it's found in the careful steps, in the small adjustments, in letting the path be what it is. If you've been trying to force yourself into calm, if you've been pushing for peace, if rest has started to feel like another task to complete, maybe you don't need to do more. Maybe you don't need to fix anything. Maybe calm is already nearby, waiting for you to stay. Let these words settle in as you continue on with your day. You don't have to chase calm. You're allowed to stay. And sometimes staying is enough. Take good care.